Peru's Inca Empire have been extracting gold since the 13th century, and despite the pillaging of the conquistadors, the allure of gold never faded. The country now stands as one of the world's top gold and copper producers, and today we're going for a run with Patrick Elliott, CEO of Forte Minerals Corp, a company at the forefront of gold and copper exploration in this ancient and gold-rich land.
We made a pretty substantial acquisition in March on this ultra-rare. I was exposed to the industry from a young age, or families in the finance side of mining, and
All right, we're in Vancouver, BC today, joined by Patrick Elliott, CEO of Forte Minerals. Patrick, good to have you with us today.
thanks for having me.
Of course. Before diving into your company, I'd like to get a bit more the story, behind your background. How did you get into mining? I know you've worked in Peru a lot as well. To bring us through, your expertise and how you got to this point.
I was exposed to the industry from a young age, or families in the finance side of mining, and I started going on field trips to mine sites and exploration sites. About grade 8, grade 9, and by grade 12, I took a geology class and decided that I wanted to study geology.
Amazing. So, what companies did you work for before? I know you've worked for, some big mines in South America that are currently producing. So maybe expand a bit more on that.
Yeah, it's 2003. I first went down to Chile and worked for Centenario Copper on a big porphyry copper moly, and that was bought by Quadrex. And then we recognized that Peru was very underexplored and well endowed with porphyry copper deposits. So we opened up an office in Peru in 2005, and there we were working on the Zafranal copper porphyry, which just got the green light from Teck Resources here to go into development. So it's been since 2005 that we've been exploring in Peru.
Amazing. And how did Forte Minerals come about? How did it start? Who founded it?
Well, in 2008, after AQM Copper was sold to Teck Resources, we started a project generator in the country called Globetrotters Resources. And Forte is a spin out of some of the most elite copper gold assets out of Globetrotters. So it's been close to 20 years that we've been in the country looking for privately looking for copper gold assets. And so we took Forte public 2 years ago.
So I'd like to dig a bit deeper into your main properties there in Peru. What are the two main properties you have? And also, I think you're also close to some producers.
Yeah, we've been working on the permitting, the drill permitting, and it's quite the process in Peru. It takes 2 to 2.5 years to get these DIA drill permits. So we've just secured 2. One on a porphyry copper moly system in the Paleocene that's never been drilled, so it's really exciting to get that permit. And we're drilling a high sulfidation gold system up in Puno called Pucarini. And we just secured the community agreements for that. So we're really just starting the outreach and the marketing on this now that we had these permits secured. And, we made a pretty substantial acquisition in March on this ultra-rare high sulfidation gold system. So if you ask, what our flagship property is, it could be either of them. But ultra-rare has quite a discovery history around it, and it's been highly sought after by the majors. So we're working on the permitting for that project. It hasn't been since 1997 that it's been drilled, but there was some fairly high grade gold from surface. Buenaventura, they drilled about 130 meters of 2.5 grams gold in oxide from surface, and the top 55 meters, close to 6 grams. So really interesting mineralization that's never really been followed up, and we're looking forward to getting in there and making a big discovery.
Totally.
It's 15 kilometers south of Piarina mine, and Barrick's just going through mine closure there now, but they've mined over 10 million ounces gold in oxide from Piarina.
Right. And the goal with your assets right now, would it be to, continue advancing them and then sell them, or to one day, bring them in production? I know that's kind of a tough question to ask because you could have opportunities come your way and something that makes sense for shareholders, but what's kind of like the vision moving forward with Forte?
Yeah, the model and the strategy has always been to build these assets and sell them pre-development and build pipeline projects for the mid-tiers and the majors. So we're pretty well positioned now because the mid-tiers and the majors are looking earlier in exploration, and they're looking for future development in copper and gold. Their portfolios just don't support the future development at this point. So drill permits. So we've acquired 2 drill permits. We have 4 projects in the country right now. Right. And we've got a really good start here with 4 tremendous projects.
Patrick, tell me a bit more about the share structure, the financials. We want to dig deep into the numbers.
Well, we have 45 million shares outstanding. And as you can see from the trading history, it's got a drum-type share capital. And we've done a good job here in preserving the equity. And just finished a fundraising here that's capitalized us for the next 9 to 12 months here, and fully capitalized for this next drill program. So be the first drill program for the company as a public entity, and we're excited to get out there and improve up this mineralization at depth.
Patrick, let's go more into the macros. I want to know, first off, what is copper used for? Why is it so important for the world right now?
Well, I guess the electrification and the growing demand for copper is puts us in a good position. It's why we've always been bullish on copper and gold as well. But fortunately, there's no direct replacement for copper. So, regards to conductivity and its characteristics, there's no other replacement. So there'll always be a demand for copper. And with the EV coming on stream and progressing, it's puts more pressure on it, and inevitably more pressure on the price. You look at the production profiles, they're starting to come off stream. Some of these major copper mines coming to the end of their useful life, and there's just hasn't been enough exploration, discovery, and development to replace that. So,
and what's the reason why there's been way less exploration right now than before? Is it just raising equity problems? What's the main reason, you think?
Yeah, the downturns in the market. The first thing that the major companies do is they start looking at optimization on their production, and they relinquish the exploration. The exploration budgets get cut. So, in tough markets, it's tough for junior mining companies to effectively raise capital, affordable capital, and that slows down the exploration phase. So, we're playing catch up here now, and there's been fairly long downturns in the mining industry, and we haven't generated enough new discoveries to fulfill the future development and supply of these metals.
Totally. And what about gold now? We're at an all-time high. I think it hit last week. How does that affect your operation? Do you feel that momentum coming, or where are we really in that cycle here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the gold's affected by other fundamentals, and as we see higher debt, gold becomes, as a monetary, becomes a safe haven for investors and nations, and you can see them starting to build those reserves. So gold's strong here, and it will remain strong, especially with ultimately a weaker currencies or weaker U.S. currency. You see that transition, but we should see very long-term gold market here, and I think that's evident in what you're seeing already.
Totally. I want to recap a little bit. If you could tell, speculators or people that are interested in your company 3 reasons why they should look more into you, what would those be?
Well, we're a $10 million market cap. We've got 45 million shares outstanding, and we're just getting started. We've got 2 drill permits secured, and we're going off to drill our first high sulfidation gold project that's looks really exciting. It's been highly sought after by several other majors. So hopefully we don't stop there and we continue going. We're well capitalized to to execute over the next 9 to 12 months.
So Patrick, before we close this interview, where can investors find you? Where do you trade? And give us that information here.
Yeah, it's forteminerals.com. Lots of information on the website. Look at the Ultra project. This is going to be an exciting project that we're currently working on the drill permitting for, but we trade under the symbol copper gold. So it's CUAU. Copper gold on the CSE. It also trades on the OTC and the Frankfurt.
All right, so CUAU will throw all their tickers on the screen here. We'll have their website in the section below on our YouTube video. And if anyone wants any information, we'll also put their contact info in there. So yeah, thanks so much for joining us today, Patrick.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.